to be the best of the best this evening, all you have to do is get in touch. But the results are in. What a day of football it has been. Newcastle United won 4-0 against Tottenham. A massive, massive result at St James's Park. Brentford won 2-0 against Sheffield United. A big result for them as well to alleviate some of their relegation worries. Burnley drew 1-1 with Brighton. Manchester City trounced Luton 5-1. A symbolic moment for Manchester City. They have moved to the top of the league as the zenith of the Premier League season comes to a head. Manchester City are currently top of the league. Nottingham Forest drew 2-2 with Wolverhampton Wanderers, and Bournemouth also drew 2-2 with Manchester United. I think that Manchester United game was a pulsating game of football. Truly, truly brilliant. I loved it. It was mesmerising. I imagine if you are a Manchester United fan, you are devastated, not only with the performance, but with some of the managerial decisions. I thought some of the individual performances were totally and utterly all over the place, but were Bournemouth robbed? Iraola looked furious at the end. He charged straight over to the referee at the final whistle. I believe that he felt like his team were robbed of a penalty decision in the dying moments. What a moment it was. It was one that I don't think many people will agree on. I feel like a lot of people think it was a penalty, but they may well have a vested interest against Manchester United. But what I want to hear from you is your thoughts on this. Please do get in touch. If you are a Manchester United fan and you have a strong opinion on this, please get in touch with me, 03717 22 3344. We have a caller here, actually, Ollie, a Manchester United fan at the game. How are you, Ollie? Oh, no, Ollie's not there. Michael, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How are you, Michael?
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with Ten Hag, the players, the manager, the backroom staff. They all need to be cleared out. There's about 4 or 5 players I would keep. The rest of them, they can go and do one.
Really? Who do you put? So put the performance today. Where do you pinpoint the blame? Do you think that this is a Ten Hag issue, or did you think that the players let the manager down?
Both. Tactics. His tactics not been right. They haven't been right for a while. The only performance I would say all season we played any good was Chelsea when we gave them a thumping and Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final. Apart from that, it should have been disgraced by this club.
Can I ask you, how do you feel about Bruno Fernandes? Bruno Fernandes is probably the best player at Manchester United. He is the club captain, and yet he is so petulant. He is frustrating. Ultimately, do you think Bruno Fernandes is fit to wear the captain's armband at Manchester United? When you think about what that captain's armband represents, it's a spirit of Brian Robson and Roy Keane, isn't it? Is Bruno Fernandes the right man to be wearing that armband?
No.
But do you concede that he's the best of a bad bunch, or do you think he should be stripped of the captaincy?
I would strip him of the captaincy for a kick-off. He is not a captain. We haven't got no leaders on that pitch.
Although
there's no leaders on that pitch.
He's literally the only Manchester United attacker that turned up today, isn't he? Scored?
Oh, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Where was Rashford today? I'm not going to do anything today. I can't be bothered. And Højlund, I feel sorry for him because he's not getting the service.
Mm. It's a weird situation, isn't it? Bournemouth were vastly superior. Bournemouth were so much better.
They should have been 6-0 up in the first half.
Yeah.
If that was against Man City, that would be a cricket score now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Had they gone in at half time, it would have been had they gone in winning 2-1 at half time, it could have been a very different scenario. Where do you think this leaves Erik Ten Hag?
Well, is this P45 now? I wanted him gone after the Spurs game when we drew 2-2. But I think now's the time when he has to go.
Mm.
And the problem is, which manager is there out there? A top manager. Now, there's one manager who I want to see at Man United, but he ain't going to come to Man United, and that'll be Ancelotti.
Really?
Ancelotti's the best manager for the job.
Yeah, although he's currently slightly preoccupied. I don't know what's in it for him at the moment, Ancelotti.
I don't want Southgate because he'll play like England. Oh, we go defensive.
Really do appreciate that. Danny, can you hear me?
Mate. Hello?
Hello, Danny. You're on TalkSport. What are your feelings on that game?
Oh, mate, I don't know where to start. It's awful. I'm drained.
Really?
I'm actually drained. Like, I'll tell you what, right, after the Chelsea game, when we lost that 90 plus 10 or whatever,
yeah.
I felt like I've had enough. I'm done. I watched it today, and I've been on this show, I don't know, 3-4 times. I've backed the manager. You can't back him now. What's happening in training? Rashford's gone. He's disappeared. I don't know, is it player power? What? How's he on the pitch still? We are awful. We are absolutely dreadful. Now, I know when everyone loses, you're going to get a rant. You're going to find out, and screaming. That's what everyone does. But it's not about losing. It's how you lose. I can take losing. You know, that's a part of life. It's how you lose. And we're losing embarrassingly.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to remember that today, I know it may feel uninspiring, but today was a draw. I mean, it's a draw that's almost had no impact. I mean, I think both Manchester United and Bournemouth have stayed in the same position in the league. Manchester United have stayed in 7th. That's about as uninspiring as it gets, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's the. I mean, look, you just said that, right? And it's true. Like, when I'm saying losing, it's a draw, but it felt like it's a loss because Bournemouth was sort of robbed. You know, but I'm no disappointed, but I'm bored of the manager. I've seen more life in a morgue. Mm. When he talks, it's boring. He's so boring. You think he says the same things. I love the club. I'm on the project. What project? What, losing, drawing? Yeah. You know,
Danny, can I ask you your opinion? Daddy, can I get your opinion on the Manchester United equaliser? Did you think that it was a penalty? Did you think that Adam Smith did handball it, or do you think Manchester United got very lucky there?
I think we got very lucky. That's true. You know, you can't reject the truth, and I think we got lucky. You know, I think that he couldn't get out of the way. But it's what I would say. Like when I go to work and they go, "Is it a penny or is it not?" I always say it's a modern day penalty. And the modern day, unfortunately, is if it goes anywhere near your hands or arms, it's a penalty. So obviously, I'll take it because it's obviously on my side. If it's against you, you'll go crazy, and that's the truth. But no, we got lucky. But it's not that we got lucky with a penalty. If we played Liverpool, if we would have played Arsenal, if we would have played anybody else, that could have been a rugby score.
Yeah, I agree. Danny, thank you so much for your call. It's not looking good for Manchester United. They are in disarray.